Sometimes, the bad guys make more sense than the heroes. You know what we're talking about. Those villains whose motives might actually have some truth to them. Their methods? Yeah, a bit extreme. But their reasoning? Surprisingly solid. Welcome to Everyday Dubs. And today, we're counting down 7 anime villains who might have had a point all along. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll never miss our weekly deep dives into anime's most intriguing moments. Let's get into it.
I am... Your eyes are searing with vengeance. Be careful what you say next. If need be, even someone your age can be my target. Why won't you stay down? He must be typo.
Coming in at number 7 is the hero killer, Stain from My Hero Academia. Stain's actions were undeniably brutal, but his belief that the hero society had become corrupt and bloated with self-serving heroes wasn't far off. In his eyes, many heroes were motivated by fame, money, or status and had strayed from the true meaning of heroism. His goal? To cleanse society by eliminating those he deemed unworthy of the title hero. As extreme as his approach was, Stain's ideology struck a chord with people. Even pro-heroes like Endeavor were called into question. His legacy influenced the rise of future villains, and his disdain for fake heroes made him a dark mirror for characters like Deku and Todoroki, forcing them to confront the flaws in their own world. Next up at number 6, we have Zeke Yeager from Attack on Titan. Zeke's plan? To end the suffering of Eldians by ensuring they can no longer reproduce, thus wiping out their cursed bloodline peacefully over time. This idea was his response to the endless cycle of violence and oppression faced by his people. His logic was cold and drastic, but it was rooted in the idea of ending generations of suffering. While Eren took a more aggressive route, Zeke's euthanasia plan came from a twisted sense of compassion. He saw no other way for his people to escape their cruel fate, believing this was the most humane solution. Though controversial, his perspective certainly makes you wonder, was this a better alternative to the chaos that followed? At number 5, we have Shogo Makishima from Psycho Pass. His gripe? The Sibyl system, which governs society by controlling and predicting people's mental states to maintain order. Makishima saw this as a violation of free will, believing that people should have the right to think and act for themselves, even if that includes committing crimes. He argued that the system stripped away humanity's freedom in exchange for a false sense of security. While his methods of inciting chaos to prove his point were far from peaceful, Makishima's argument against living under constant surveillance in a controlled society strikes a nerve in a world obsessed with data, control, and stability. The Sibyl system itself is highly flawed, raising the question, who's really the villain here?
That's right. I'm able to see your name and lifespan right now.
At number 4, we've got Light Yagami from Death Note. Light's descent into villainy is one of anime's most iconic stories, but let's not forget why he started using the Death Note in the first place. To rid the world of criminals and create a utopia where only the worthy remain. His vision was a world without crime, ruled by fear of divine punishment from Kira. Now, Light's god complex clearly spiraled out of control, but his initial desire to rid society of dangerous criminals isn't so crazy, right? The world he envisioned was peaceful, underneath the terror, of course. It's the classic ends justify the means argument, and while his execution was horrifying, it's hard to argue that his actions didn't make an impact on the world's crime rates, at least for a while.
Charles Z. Britannia, the 98th Emperor, no longer lives, and I'm the one who took his life.
At number 3, we have Lelouch v. Britannia from Code Geass. Lelouch may be a hero to some, but let's not forget that his methods are incredibly ruthless. As Zero, Lelouch used manipulation, deception, and outright terrorism to liberate Japan from the clutches of the oppressive Britannian Empire. His ultimate goal? To create a world where his sister, Nunnally, could live in peace at any cost. Lelouch's actions were brutal, and he often disregarded the lives of innocents in his quest for power, but his endgame, a peaceful world free from tyranny, was something we could all root for. In the end, his sacrifice allowed for the world to unite and finally achieve peace. Was he a villain or a hero? Maybe both, but he definitely had a point.
You believe there's a chance that these intruders could best me?
Coming in at number 2 is Meruem from Hunter x Hunter. As the king of the Chimera ants, Meruem was initially ruthless, believing in the inherent superiority of his species over humans. But as the story progressed, his interactions with Komugi, a simple human girl, began to shift his worldview. Meruem realized that humanity had value beyond being mere food for his kind. Meruem's plan to create a society where only the strong thrive was undeniably brutal, but his evolving philosophy demonstrated a growing understanding of equality and compassion. He recognized the flaws in his thinking, leading to one of the most profound and tragic character developments in anime. In the end, Meruem wanted to create a world where both humans and Chimera ants could live together in harmony, something we might have rooted for had things not gone so far south. Before we reveal our number 1 pick, let us know in the comments, are there any villains you think had a point? We're curious to see who you think had the right idea, even if their methods were a little off the rails. Now, let's see who took the top spot.
Style, majestic destroyer flame!
Finally, taking the top spot is Madara Uchiha from Naruto. Madara's grand vision for peace was a world where all human conflict would be eliminated through the infinite Tsukuyomi, a genjutsu that would place the entire world into an eternal dream. In this dream world, everyone's desires would be fulfilled and the endless cycle of war and suffering would finally end. Madara believed that humans were doomed to fight and destroy each other, so he sought to create a world where conflict simply couldn't exist. While his methods were terrifying, there is a certain logic to his belief that peace through illusion is better than suffering in reality. In the end, he was trying to save humanity from itself. Was he wrong? That's up for debate. And that wraps up our list of 8 times anime villains were right all along. These antagonists may have taken extreme measures, but their ideologies made us question who the real villain was. Did we miss any of your favorite misunderstood villains? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Everyday Dubs, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.